acknowledge how important it is for anyone as the acceptance of others. Right? The two dimensions here are compassion and politeness. Now, compassion would be interest in the problems of other people, and politeness would be how much it is important to avoid conflict and to stay our ground when that is required. I found that people that are high in agreeableness are the peacemakers, are the negotiators, are the ones that find compromise, that bring people with different views together to resolve things. Whereas people that are low in agreeableness are the challengers. They are the ones that are needed when things have to change fast, and you need fast results. You need people that know how to impose their point of view. Well, both of them are required based on the needs of the company, I would say, right? Now, the last dimension is neuroticism. This is the primary dimension of negative emotions. It describes how easily we tolerate stress. People that are, the dimensions here would be withdrawal, which is basically the fear of unknown. And volatility is how fast we change our mood in time. Here that people that are high in neuroticism are low to, they tolerate stress badly. They are reactive, but they are vigilant, and they notice the threats quite fast when they do arise, right? Whereas people that are low in neuroticism are the resilient ones, right? They tend to be risk takers. They do not have a pessimistic look on life. Rather, they see failure as part of life, right? Now, as I said earlier, going through the Big Five, I decided to make a quick overview of the main psychological challenges that a company would generally face when they do try to go into a DevOps approach. The first, according to the Tech Beacon, the fear of change would be a very common theme. Obviously, DevOps is very disruptive, especially to big companies. They have to automate a lot of things. They go into all sorts of different tools, and they would need different specialists. This is very disruptive and understandable. Would be a challenge. Now, the self-serving bias, we would go at a lower level of analysis here. We'll go into the teams. The self-serving bias is the tendency of people to attribute their success to their individual talents and characteristics, whereas they would attribute failure to forces outside of their control. This is the self-serving bias, and this is what makes it very difficult to find the point of failure when that does occur. This is where truth is important. People need to be encouraged to speak the truth, so that the problems get solved fast. They are identified fast and they are solved equally fast. The group identity challenge is the tendency of people to identify more with their perceived group as opposed to their individual characteristics. And this is difficult when you have different departments having to collaborate together. And this is where the companies would encourage people to encourage individuals to express themselves as individuals and not as the members of a group or another. Now, having this said, what do companies are effectively looking for in their DevOps candidates? So, according to the new stack, these are the main things that companies are looking for in DevOps engineers. We see a lot of technical requirements, which is, of course, understandable. But I would say that at least equally important would be the soft skills, which would translate into the temperamental qualities of the candidates. This is why I attempted a construction of the ideal temperament for the DevOps engineer based on the the temperament characteristics discussed earlier. So my take on it would be that the ideal DevOps candidate would have two main traits would be the openness to experience would have to be very high, because this is due to the multidisciplinary nature of DevOps. People that go into this field have to be naturally curious, to learn new things and learn them quickly, and be interested in other things, new things as they appear. And also, of course, they have to be low in neuroticism, because DevOps teams tend to be pressured to deliver things fast and to deliver them securely. And this is where the high pressure would require low neuroticism for people that are working in this field. Now, my take on it is that the two are not enough when you try to select for a DevOps engineer. You will need a secondary, at least one of the three secondary traits here for the ideal candidate. If you get somebody who's very conscientious, then you would have a reliable innovator, somebody with good ideas and the dutifulness to see them through and to follow deadlines. Now, in combination with extraversion, you would get somebody that is a very effective communicator, which is of course relevant when you have different teams and you have to talk with either with developers and with management or all the people in between. This where extraversion comes in handy. And agreeableness would be the third secondary trait that would give you somebody that is an excellent diplomat, that would find compromise to get different teams together. Now, of course, we say we have a team of 10 or more people that have these two and one of the three characteristics, but how do you select for a leader amongst them? My opinion is that a leader would require not three traits, but four. So we would require two secondary traits, not just one. And I would say a combination of conscientiousness and extraversion, along with the two main traits, would give you the leader of the team. This is because a conscientious person would see that things get done to a certain deadline, and also have the proper linguistic tools to motivate the rest of the team to get the things done. And the other key position would be the trainer. It is the guy that would have to take care of the newly hired. And here, I would say secondary traits are conscientiousness and agreeableness. Agreeableness because it gives you the dimension of empathy. Somebody who trains people has to be empathetic to their experience so they can enhance it. So this is my take on the ideal temperamental profile for a DevOps team. Now, I wanted to end with a memorable quote, something that sticks in your mind and it make you fly out of here. But this is all I could find. So this is not the size of your data; it's how you use it. Thank you very much for your attention, and if we have time, I will take some questions from the audience if there are any. Thank you very much.